Very much. The next game is on the 25th of July, and that's against Premiership side Kilmarnock, so that's going to be a big one. So that'll probably be the next game that I'm doing. Hello, and welcome back to the long-awaited second episode of The Road to Full-Time Sports Journalist. My name is Murray, and today we are heading towards Cove to Balmoral Stadium for a northeast derby of Cove versus Peterhead. So a big game just for bragging rights, but also in terms of the league table, because to start off with, Cove has not won a game yet this season. Since they beat East Kilbride in the opening League Cup group stage game, they have failed to pick up a victory yet thus far. Peterhead currently on a 3-game winning streak after a last-minute winner from Zach Tau against East Fife last week. So a very, very important game. And they just add a little bit of spice in the mix. As announced yesterday, former Aberdeen and Rangers striker Greg Stewart is coming back to Cove as assistant manager. So again, just a little bit of spice just to add on to this fixture. So yeah, hopefully it should be a really good game. We're just heading up to the stadium now. So yeah, we'll get inside and we'll get set up. Hi, Edison Murray here. Let me go into a little bit more detail where I've been the last month. So, where have I been? I have been going to games since the season started back up again. I just haven't had a chance to do a lot of vlogging at the same time. I actually went to a game only a few days after the Peterhead Hamilton game, and that was actually at Cove as well when they hosted East Kilbride, and that was a corker of a game. 3-2, 5 goals in the second half, so it was hectic, and that was my first time being at Balmoral. I didn't get a lot of filming done because, like I said, I'd never been there before, and I just was trying to get my bearings and stuff. But from that game, I did a 450-word match report that needs to be out on the whistle. So again, I was working on my timing skills and just making sure that I was organised and getting everything written up as quickly as I could. And then there was a 300 words follow-up piece just with managerial quotes from Paul Hartley. So not as big of an order as I normally do, but a lot more like time restraints on them. So that was really good practice. The next game that I went to after that was the last League Cup group stage game. So it was back at Balmoral, and that was Peterhead against Kilmarnock. Now, that was a really good game because I got to chat to a lot of journalists and media people that worked for the Premiership club, and that was just really good because I was able to pick a lot of people's brains out. However, my order was 5 reports. Yes, 5. And some of them had time restraints on them of needing to be out as quickly as possible. So it was so hectic because I think the biggest order I had done prior to that was 3 pieces, and none of them had time restraints on them. I had like the rest of the evening till the next morning to get them done. These ones, some of them had the time restraints, and then obviously I had multiple more to do anyway. So trying to vlog at the same time was not exactly going to happen. So yeah, I then missed the Ross County game at Balmoral for the opener of the league season because I'm only a freelance journalist. I'm not contracted at any paper. So basically, I only get work when they ask me to work, basically. So they had staff go there, they had actual staff on contracted people go to that game, so I was not there. The most recent game I've been to since then has been the East Fife game last week, and that was a 2-1 win for Peterhead, 2 late goals, and I did try and film at that game, and the footage corrupted. So yeah, it's been a chaotic month in trying to get back to everyone on YouTube, but I got an opportunity again today, which I wasn't expecting. I just got a late message being, can you work at this game? It's the Northeast Derby. we're going to need all hands on deck. And I was like, yes, absolutely, I can be there. So that's been a little bit, although there's a little update as to where I've been this whole time. So I'm going to pass you back to me at Balmoral, and yeah, I will see you there. Right, that's us in. Press badge acquired. And we're going to set up here. One of the main differences between Balmoral and Balmoral is that you feel a little bit more, you're a bit more higher up in the stands, so you feel a bit more on top of the players. Just literally from here. Like, that's the home bench there, and the away bench is literally just there, so literally you can hear everything that is Ken said compared to Balmoral where you're on the other side of the pitch. So it's different. So it's different in that sense. Looking at the recent history between the two clubs, last season's 4 games was split 2 wins apiece, so 6 points each. Peterhead won the first 2 of those fixtures, a 3-1 win at Balmoral before snatching a 2-1 victory here at Balmoral. But then in the back end of the season, Cove had the last laugh, a dominant 4-0 victory on the road at Balmoral before a comfortable 2-1 win back here in the last of those 4 fixtures. So it'll be interesting to see how today goes. In terms of the players, Cammy Smith actually has quite a good record here. He scored in both of the away fixtures here, so he'll be hoping to make it 3 from 3. Chris Maguire has 3 in the last 2 games against Peterhead, so again he's also in fine goal scoring form in this Northeast derby. As well as that, there are a few familiar faces for both sides. So Blair Yule and Mitch Megginson, who have just joined Peterhead over the summer, they came from Cove, so they're playing against their old side today. And then on the other side of things, Max Barry joined Cove from Peterhead as well in the summer. So yeah, so from some familiar faces for both sides. As well as that, there's actually a plethora of Aberdeen loanees from both teams. So from Peterhead, Lewis Carroll, Jack Searle, and Zach Tau, who scored that winning goal last week at East Fife. And then from the Cove side of things, they have Jamie Mercer, Dylan Ross, as well as striker Joseph Teedsdale. So lots and lots of links between these two clubs, not just the fact that they're both in the north of Scotland. So it's going to be a very good game. As I said, as I was coming into the stadium, form-wise, Peterhead are in far better form than Cove. 3 wins on the bounce. Last week's 2-1 win against East Fife. Yes, not as comfortable as they would have liked it, but again, 3 points, you're not going to complain at it. Cove are currently on a 7-game winless streak, and within those 7 games, it's been 6 losses. Now, yes, some of them did come in the League Cup group stage, which you could argue is not as important as the league, but then even then, 1 point in 3 league games is not a position that Paul Hartley would want his side to be in. So if there was ever a fixture to start the bounce back, it's in a derby. So yeah, it'll be very interesting to see how the game goes. At the lineups, Cove make 3 changes from last week's 3-0 defeat to East Kilbride. The suspension of Aaron Darger allows Inverness Caledonian Thistlelonie Joe Chalmers to make his debut in midfield. Liam Parker also makes way for another debutant, Aberdeen Loney Jamie Mercer, and Joseph Teasdale returns to the starting 11 up front for Destiny Oladipo. Peterhead also make 3 changes. A shuffle around the midfield sees Robel, Tekla Michael and Blair Yule drop out of the squad, meaning last week's match winner Zach Toad takes one of their places, while Peter Pollock comes in for his first start since April. Jack Serler is the final change up front as he earns his first league start after impressing off the bench last week.
He is alright. And we are underway here at Cove. Big kick forward from Lynch. And we are underway. Dispossessed there. Here comes Cammy Smith. Slips it through. Zach Toa has an early effort. It's just wide of the target. It was Joe Chalmers sleeping on it. Cammy Smith intercepted. Zach Tow looked to take the early strike just inside the box. It was just slightly off target. Here's Chris Maguire. Works it out left to strike. And it's over the bar from Lee McAllister. losing it out in the middle of the park. Cove looked to work it quickly into the left-hand side. Good play between Maguire and Bisland. Lofted cross towards the back post, but there's nobody home. It goes too far. McAllister will keep it in out on the left-hand side. Set back for Harrington. Chalmers into the box. Pollock clears. Oh, and Shooter's bad pass is picked up by Seb Ross. Mercer does really well, but it's now laid off to Cammy Smith, who dinks it early, and the ball lands on the roof of the net. Nearly a costly mistake from Cove. It was Shooter's initial pass to Mercer. Seb Ross picked it up, and we thought Mercer had gotten back to win possession back. But then it fell to Cammy Smith, who was able to continue his run, and he went for the early dink. Could only land on the roof of the net. Big chance there for Peterhead. Seb on the turn, looking to drive forward, has a dig. Oh, and it forces a good save out of Mooch. Seb Ross took it on the half turn, drove forward, and he struck from 25 yards out. Required Mooch to make the save, and it's a Peterhead corner. Zach Tau floated towards the back post. Jason Brown tries to put it back across, but it's cleared. And now Teasdale looks to try and launch a counter attack. He gets the wrong side to Davis Brown. He does get a touch on the ball, but Teasdale still has it. White takes a big heavy touch forward. He's in the box now, looks to go back across rather than shoot. And it's blocked and cleared away. Decision making from the captain could be costly in putting Cove 1-0 up. Now Peterhead looks to counter. Cammy Smith sets it back for Zach Tau. Dylan Forrest looks in behind for Cammy Smith. Shooter intercepts, and Bisling clears. But it was a big chance the other end for Cove. And you think if White had taken it on, he probably would have backed him to score that. Cammy Smith switches it out to the right hand side. Danny Strachan hits it back to Tau. Dylan Forrest in the middle has a dig. Oof, just wide again. Peterhead working the ball around really nicely. Cove might be able to get close. And Dylan Forrest out effort. It's not far wide. And that is the half-time whistle. 0-0 the score. Yes, half-time here. 0-0. Cove definitely started the better of the two sides, but Peterhead and Peter Pollock to get to book in as he walks down the tunnel. Clearly being mouthy to the referee. So yeah, Cove definitely were the better of the two sides at the start of the first half, but Peterhead just grew into it more and more as the game went on. They've had the better of the chances. Cammy Smith's chipped effort that just landed on the roof of the net, and then Seb Ross and Dylan Forrest's long range strikes. Cove have had a great chance of their own. The counter from the corner, and Jordan White, you think just if he had decided to take it on himself rather than looking to square it across, you think that could have been the lead for the home side. But all to play for in the second half. It'll be interesting to see how Paul Hartley sets his team out for the second half. Early free kick for Peterhead. Zach Tau over it. Can the Blue Team start quickly in the second half? Zach takes it. It's floated into an area. It's flicked on by Peter Pollock. It's straight into the hands of Mooch. And now counter attack quickly. Harrington looks to find Teasdale. Dylan Forrest comes back and sweeps up. Caster floated in. And from out of nowhere, Cove have the lead. McAllister floated it in from the right hand side. Danny Strachan failed to clear it at the back post, and it fell to Teasdale, and he smashed it into the back of the net past Jack Newman. You'd have to say that's against another play for how the first half ended and the second half had started. But it is Cove in front, it's 1-0, and it's Joseph Teasdale with the goal. Chris Maguire in the box, gets past. There's a big chance for two. Ball played over the top, Chris Maguire collected it. He got past Jason Brown from a tight angle. His strike went right across goal and it nearly snuck in at the far post, but luckily for Peterhead it was just wide. But again, warning shots from Cove. Clipped over the top for Jason Brown. Cammy Smith picks up the loose ball. Looks to drive forward on the right. Cuts back. There's Forrest. Forrest goes to Cammy Smith, he's completely free. Time to put a cross in. Cleared away. So gets past Teasdale. Low ball in. Cleared away again by Harrington. Now it's Carnworth. Goes into Dylan Forrest. Zach Tau. Zach Tau in the pocket of space. Has a dig. Oh, he hits the crossbar. Great effort by Zach Tau. Mooch was rooted in the Cove goal. The Aberdeen Lonely strike came crashing off the crossbar and out for a goal kick. Nearly an equaliser. Oh, Cammy Smith nearly gets it from Mercer. Jack Searle gets in front of Harrington. It's in the box, cuts it back. It's left! Carnworth forced the save! What a save from Mooch! Jack Searle's cross was left by two Peterhead players before it was met first time by Carnworth, and it forced Mooch into a save. Now Zach Tau in the box. Blocked by Suter, and it's eventually cleared. Big chance to Peterhead there. It's into the box from Bisland. Oladipo able to take it down. And Severos is eventually able to get it clear. Controlled by Fraser Mackey. Can only give it to Max Barry. So ball in, Jordan White takes it down and doubles the lead for Cove. Ball into the box and Jordan White in between the two centre backs took it down, took it around Jason Brown. I just hit it low and hard into the bottom corner, and Cove have doubled their lead and surely secured the 3 points here and their first 3 points of the season. Peterhead have been knocking on the door, they're trying to get the equaliser. But Jordan White, the captain, just finds himself free and he rectifies his mishap in the first half. It's Cove 2, Peterhead 0. Destiny Oladipo holding it up against, gets past him, forces Jack Newman into a save. It's a big scandal. And he's just on the pitch. He's just on the pitch. And Edmund Arpon has made it 3-0 to Cove. Destiny Oladipo, great battling up against Jordan Brown. Got round him and into the box, squared it across. And it was a big scramble in the box and eventually fell to Apong, who made no mistake to just put it into the back of the net. And if Jordan White's goal didn't secure it, then surely that makes sure that Cove pick up their 3 points. And that's the full-time whistle. Cove 3, Peterhead 0. And it's the Balmoral side's first 3 points of the season. It was hard fought for, but it's well deserved in the end. Peterhead stayed right in it and nearly had a few good chances, nearly got an equaliser. But in the end, a 3-0 scoreline and 3 points on the board for Cove. On to the interviews.
Paul, so first win of the season, how pleased are you with that?
Delighted, pleased for the players, just how we had to work today, we get tested. First half was easy peaches, we get the goal at the right time, we had to weather a wee bit of storm, we hit the bar. In this league, the first goal is always vital in this league, so really pleased with the 3 points. And by the way, in the clean sheet, Max, he's one of the characters, he gives you everything. So really pleased with he's a great addition for us, and the rest of the guys, I said, we brought a free in yesterday. I thought Mercer was outstanding today, I thought he was terrific. So really pleased. Chalmers has not played a lot, so we need to watch with his minutes also. Great for Big Jordan, he's been a hard time for him because he's been absolutely working his socks off. But strikers are always want to score goals, but he's a team player, so really pleased with that.
I mean, from looking at it, that first half kind of, again, like Paul said, like you had to kind of weather the storm early on, and then as soon as you just came out for the second half, though, you just came out firing and obviously got that early goal, and that kind of just helped solidify things. What was kind of said at half time there to kind of help spark his on?
I think the change of shape helped to come out the second half. We kind of went with a wider shape rather than the diamond through the middle, but I think we kept the ball well and we were confident in the first half, and I think Josie getting the early goal settles everyone and it just lets you build into the game. I think, well, out of the competitive games, I think that's 2 clean sheets out of 4. And being at home, we need to take advantage of being a good team, a good home team. I think if we do well here and pick up points here, it'll definitely push us up the table.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Max.
Thanks for your time.
No worries. Cheers. So, back home now after the game. Didn't get a chance to film an outro outside the stadium because I needed to get going quickly. But we're back now. Currently just tidying things up on the first report before I move on to the second one. There was 2 reports in the order. First one being a 500-word match report with manager quotes, the standard one, not needing to be in instantly after the game, just by Sunday 10 a.m. And then there is also a 400-word follow-up piece to do with quotes from players from both sides. Now, you'll have seen in the video Max's interview. Peterhead didn't put a player forward, which is normal when the team lose. Players don't normally go out to do the interviews afterwards, but got more than enough stuff from Max to easily fill the 400 words in. So, yeah, totally fine there. So, no, but thank you very much for watching episode 2. I will try and make sure that there's not as big of a gap in between episodes next time. So hopefully episode 3 will be coming out a lot sooner than the last one did. But thank you for watching. Please drop a like. Please subscribe. It massively helps. And yeah, catch you on the next one.